Yeah, it was super great to know all my levels are doing. Hi. Lots of reverb. Yeah, that's intentional. So what we can do is we can kill that reverb right now, and we can just. Oh yeah, well that's for the song. Can you guys still hear me? Yay! So right now is the normal talking channel. The other one is the reverby channel for the singing. Uh, oh hi there. Nice to see you. Uh, so yeah, can everyone hear me okay now? Okay, great. So yeah, I have two microphones and I have two computers for this setup. So this is my first time doing a two computer stream setup and my first time using Ableton Live in a live setting in 8 years. So it's a lot of new or renew for me because I usually work in a program called Logic, and I decided to shake it up for this live stream, take a few risks. Yeah, Ableton's great. But Ableton is also deeply confusing to me still because I use it in very limited situations. So what I'm doing right now is I prepared everything. I laid out all the tracks in Logic. I exported those, I put them into Ableton, and I'm going to be triggering various files and routing some live instruments through Ableton, as well as that spacey reverb. So if y'all feel the reverb is too much, well, here's your opportunity to help me tone it down because I can live control it. So actually we can test it out. So like I said, two mic setup. One of them is going directly into this PC. The other is going through my MacBook, which is down here. I don't think you can see it, which is running Ableton. And then I have my controller over here. Oh, great. I'm glad you like the sound check. So if the sound check's cool, then maybe you'll also enjoy the reverb on the real thing. So Constellate is a project really close to my heart. Thank you all so much for supporting it, for being here, for listening and watching. I started writing the songs for it in 2020, actually in February 2020, so a very long time ago, sort of an era ago. And that was Ghost Heart. That was my first one. And on the album that just went out on Spotify, Amazon, iTunes, and as soon as the stream is over, Bandcamp, I had Daniel Yanokano, my partner, play the guitar part. But tonight I'm going to be doing it myself. So I want to thank him for that. I want to thank Hali Rey, who's my wonderful mom, actually, for the visuals. And I'm going to play some of her animations tonight as sort of overlays for the different songs. They're done in an interesting way because it's animated digitally, but a lot of it's taken from her physical paintings. So they're paintings on a canvas, then she films that, and then she does things to it, which I think is really freaking cool. The other cool person who contributed to this album is Aphir. Aphir is in Australia, and I have a really close connection to the Australian music scene. I played some concerts down there, and I think it was 2016 in Brisbane with the musician Lalka, and she is phenomenal. She's connected me to a lot of the Australian music scene. So Aphir mastered my entire EP. So I mixed and produced it, then I sent it off to her, then she sent it back with, you know, perfect levels, really beautiful, clear audio, just wonderful. And I want to thank my backers because I had backers on a We Make It campaign and you were all phenomenal. So thank you so much for your support. Okay, without further ado, we're going to ramp up that reverb again. I'm excited. I hope you're excited too. So, Reverb Town. How do we feel about this? I hope we feel good about this because I feel really good about this. Cool. All right. Oh, hi, James. Jamie. Yeah, so let's do the first song with hardcore reverb like this, and we see how it goes. Are you trying to imitate reverb in chat? It's working pretty well. Okay, so tiny soundtrack for my keyboard, always a good idea. Can you all hear that? I can certainly hear it. Okay. Thank you. So if you find the levels a little low or high, let me know. I think they're okay now. We adjusted them right before the stream. Also, extra special thanks to Danny for being my last minute emergency technician in all situations. Thank you. The next song is Vanishing. It's been online for a few weeks now. Yes, I can remove the reverb when I talk, actually. Yeah, so Vanishing has been online for a few weeks now. And it was the single from my album, and so maybe a few of you have heard it already. I think a lot of you listened, thank you. And it's probably the most minimalistic of my pieces. That one was written in, I think, 2021, and it was originally intended for a project called Dark Cecilia, which is my project between opera and electronics. I think some of you know it. I did it in Graz at the Button Festival last year, and I did a few live streams of it. So Dark Cecilia is an upcoming EP that I actually was originally going to release before this one. But then when I was working on Constellate, I realized that that one particular track, Vanishing, really works more aesthetically with these spacey tracks, so I put it in this one. So I like to think of it as a little drop of Dark Cecilia, my project from opera in here. It's not operatic per se, but it's got a lot more classical impulses than the others, I would say. And so each track of this album has impulses coming from another musical direction. My levels are perfect when singing with reverb, but my voice is a little quiet. How about now? Is that better? Yeah, so like I said, my setup is extremely complicated, so I appreciate your input to fix my inputs. Haha. Great. Yeah, awesome. No worries. Yeah, the first song, that was Spark, and it was sort of the synth pop-ish influenced one. I wouldn't call it pop exactly, but it has irregular time signature stuff going on, and it has a lot more sort of experimental feel to it. So the second one, Vanishing, is more like minimalist piano and violin influences. It's actually based around a plucked violin with heavy reverb, because I love reverb. Okay, let's give that one a go and play a new video by Hali Rey with it. Yeah, exactly, Jamie, from different genres. So I really tried to keep it as diverse as possible, also because I was in classical music for such a long time, and I got a lot out of that, and I absolutely adore opera, but I was really thirsty for different kinds of genres and different kinds of musical challenges that may be a little more unfamiliar to me. And so you'll see later on what the other ones sound like. So I'm gonna readjust my levels. For massive reverb times. Woo! All right. So without further ado, here is Vanishing. Vanishing Veronica. Hi. Really nice to see you here. There's a whole Canadian crowd out. That's really great. And every time I speak to Canadians, I say out, and become 1,000 times more Canadian. But conversely, when I go to London, I start saying things in colloquial British phrasings, but with an American accent, which is always a good time. And here in Austria, I say all sorts of things. So yeah, so that was Vanishing. The next song on our menu tonight, our tasty sound menu, is Erotica. And Erotica is something a little bit wild. And the video for this one, I have to say, I think is my absolute favorite. It uses some footage of the ocean. And that's actually footage that I captured and sent on to Hali because Danny and I were in San Sebastian Donostia, Donostia is the Basque name for San Sebastian, which is by the ocean in northern Spain. And I saw this crashing of waves on a rock, just absolutely brilliant. And I thought, I'll send this to her because I feel like she'll make it into some fantastic art. And sure enough, she's paired stars with sea, which I just absolutely love. So Erotica is, I wouldn't call it jazz by any means, but free jazz influence, let's say. I've been listening a lot to jazz, especially Cuban jazz and Latin American jazz from some friends of mine that play often in the clubs here. And so that's worked its way into my vernacular a tiny bit. Yeah, it did. So I was filming the waves for so long that the aquarium closed before we could go see it. And then we go to the door and the lady says, sorry, we just closed. So it was literally this video that cost us the aquarium visit. And you know what? I think it was worth it, and we can go back to Donostia San Sebastian and see the aquarium. But we can never remake this video. So for this launch, not in time anyway, so. All right, reverb coming back. Well, that's a sassy answer. I'll make some sassy reverb in response to that. Oh, then now I get assurance words according to complaints, I see. Okay, fine. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. So, oh, I see some stars, and a few of you are very commenty, and I very much appreciate that. Thank you. This dress is from there, actually. I got it that day, same day as the waves, so I figured it's a good combination. All right, so we have 2 more songs left. And I've done completely different arrangements than on the album, which you should listen to if you have Spotify. If you do not have Spotify, it's on Amazon Music, which I believe even pipes into Twitch. So I should probably download this after so they don't mute me and copyright strike my own tracks. We have it on iTunes and Apple Music. Tidal, if anyone has that. And I'm putting it on Bandcamp tonight as well. So you have a lot of options. All of my backers get a Bandcamp download of it. So yeah, I hope I've kind of covered all bases with the platforms I chose. If you listen somewhere completely different, we will, with Hali, we'll be doing music video uploads to YouTube and Vimeo, I think. So it'll eventually be there too. Just want to sort of square that away before we do that. So yeah, if you have any other platforms that you desperately want to hear this on, but I think we've gotten them all. All right, so next up is some people say this is their favorite, and in a lot of ways this is my favorite too, Ghost Heart. This is much more folk rock than anything else on this album, very different, darker, and it's about a robot who has lost her love. Something that I think one writes in the depths of winter, and it was actually before I got together with Danny, so I can say that the feelings related there are no longer present in my life, but it's good to dig into them for artistic gains. So I wrote it back then. He and I recorded it. Now I worked out a lot of iterations of it, just like I had with Vanishing, over a long period of time. And I like that because I like revisiting older songs and older pieces. Yeah. I know, especially Jamie, for everyone else, has made a fantastic game with his Clockwork Bird Studios. And the game is about a robot interrogating other robots, or possibly not just robots. I don't want to give it too much away. It's called Silicon Dreams, and it's a game that I really, really love. And while we're talking about games we really, really love, the game I'm the producer for at Microbird Games, my studio, Dungeons of Hinterberg, is off at Gamescom this week, and they're streaming all sorts of cool things. You should check out the Gamescom stream, check out IGN. It's been kind of everywhere. Very proud of that, very proud of my team. And yeah, so just some really great game dev stuff going on here, which of course influences the aesthetic I do in my work. Last year at Button Festival and Game Dev Days Graz, I gave a talk on game dev aesthetics and music, and I think I'm probably the prime example of applying those aesthetics, and that's where Ghost Heart really shines, I think, because if you'll notice on the album, here no, but on the album version, it's got a setting of something called Bit Crusher, which is downsampling, and it is reminiscent of the old chiptune music, 16-bit. So I do hope you listen to both versions. But here is the acoustic one. Yeah, of course, I'm gonna plug all the games. If you have a game you want me to plug, and I like it, that's the disclaimer, let me know. All right, this one needs some serious reverb, so think of this as some sort of rock hall by the highway where the robots gather to drink hydraulic fluid and wallow in their sorrows. V1? What? Vibe? I don't understand any. Thank you, Veronica. Oh, well, thanks about the game, Jamie. Appreciate it. Okay. Ah, broken cadence. Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay. You all seem to like that. So now I'm going to tell you about my last song, Bending Time. And Bending Time is something that I think if there's Star Trek fans around here, they might appreciate. I tried to write something in that sort of bombastic, beautiful, sweeping style that they have for their intro themes, very 90s. And one of the things that inspired me was the Deep Space Nine intro. I don't have any horns or anything, but I do have that expansive spaciness. And I've chosen this beautiful, beautiful instrument here, which I've muted a little bit, so it's not a great demonstration. But yeah, beautiful sweeping strings and piano sort of thing. Yeah, I don't understand the shrimps either. Danny, you have to explain the shrimps. Is it because we went to San Sebastian and had seafood, or is it a good thing? Oh, are you? Oh, nice! Which one? I love all the episodes, but I think some of my favorites are in the Pale Moonlight, and that one where it's set in the past. That's very vague, but near the end where he's actually Benny the writer, and he's writing sci-fi. I think it's in the 40s or 50s. And it's two realities at once. It's just such an unbelievable show. So I wanted to convey this sort of positive feeling of space exploration, travel, dreaming, and Chandrayaan just landed on the moon coincidentally the other day. So I think this new space series, this new feeling of positivity and hope for the stars is somehow back in our mentalities. So I don't know if any of you watched Star Trek Enterprise. I didn't watch much of it, but the entry theme was amazing. It was this rock song that was originally written for Rod Stewart for a movie. And then some other person, his name escapes me right now, but he sang it really sort of raw and gritty. Turns out he's an opera singer of all things, but he sang it in super rock style. And it's called Faith of the Heart. And it's all about going places and space travel and making it. TNG is also my jam. I think we've bonded, and I think I've told everyone that will listen that I watched with my mom. We went to do a Gravity Wings stream at Comic-Con Montreal together because she also did the art for that. And then we went to see Patrick Stewart speak. Just what a day. So that was my birthday, 2017 in Montreal. Best time ever. So yeah, very much my jam, very much my inspiration. And yeah, so Faith of the Heart is getting a lot of criticism, but it is objectively a great song. I challenge you, after you listen to my song, you listen to Faith of the Heart, and you tell me that is not a good song. It is a fantastic song. And I think people just find it out of context in Star Trek because they're like, what is this easy listening thing? But it can be very beautiful. So, I think we've talked long enough. Why don't we give us some Faith of the Cleo Heart, or rather, a song about a comet. Comets are great. And space travel. Space travel is great. Space travel. Yeah, I think I need to be shown a lot of tricks and things. So this one is the most challenging and the scariest for me to do on the stream because I'm doing it all live performed, absolutely nothing. The others had a little bit of contribution of some presets and things. But this one is all me on the piano singing. So it's very raw, despite the full reverb thing on it. And I hope you like it. Let's check some levels. Ba, 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 ba. A little louder, maybe. Bit loud vocals, okay. How about now? We good? Louder vocals, please. Okay. Oh, louder vocals. How about this? Not much better. And now? Do we like it now? Are they better? Great. I love having musicians in the stream. It's like a real life tech show. Let's restart that video actually. So that was that. Well, thank you. So I've been getting more and more into piano because I used to play the piano a lot and I've been playing it less. So yeah, whew, that was so nice to have you guys here, and folks and everyone. I really appreciate you being here. I hope that you had a good time. I hope that you have a good time listening to the entire EP wherever you find it. If you're having trouble on whatever platform, just write me, and I have the files, I can send them to you. So I know that all these different digital platforms are not everyone's jam, so I appreciate you all making it here for me, because your support has been nothing short of incredible. So yeah, I think that's it. That's all. Yeah, it was such a wonderful time with you. Really looking forward to streaming for you again, and I want to do this more regularly because it's so much fun. Every time I do it, I think, wow, I should be doing this all the time. And then I don't, life gets in the way. But I'm definitely going to come back more frequently. I have some vocal improvs planned. I have some new pieces I've written. And I've had some pieces I've been wanting to perform for a very, very long time. I haven't gotten around to it, that I wrote years ago. So I think it'll be nice to maybe get together here more often if you're all up for it. All right. Thanks again. Have a super great night. Much love. And thank you for watching the Constellate launch live stream. Bye bye.